So I'm sure by now you've already seen the flood of New Year, New Me posts. You've already seen so many posts about New Year resolutions, setting goals, buying new planners, blah, 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 right? But truthfully, which I know a lot of people know, and you must have experienced this too, most people are going to fall off by March. And those big goals, they're just going to quietly disappear. Now, it's not because people do not care about their goals. It's simply because their system is broken. So motivation fades, right? Life gets messy. And without a simple plan to stay consistent, even the most ambitious goals just slip through the cracks. And that's why in this video, I'm going to share my 2026 simple goal setting system. And this is the exact process I use to hit my goals year after year, even when things do not go as planned. So stick with me till the end because I will show you how to create a system that helps you stay consistent, focused, and actually excited to follow through on your goals this year. So hello there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura and I help working women find the time to build their creative goals without burning out. So if you've ever set goals in January and then you feel behind by March, you are not alone. This goal setting system isn't about perfection. It's about clarity, consistency, and making steady progress all year long. So if you love this video, make sure you subscribe to this channel, like the video, hit the notification bell so you're notified whenever I drop a video every single week. Now, the very first thing that I do during the new year is that I really start with a big picture, right? I start with my yearly goal. So before I start with my weekly or my daily planning, again, I do start with the big picture. And the reason is because if you do not know where you're heading for the year, your months and your weeks can easily get filled with random tasks that keep you busy but do not actually help you achieve or get closer to what you actually want. So starting with yearly goals just gives you direction, right? It's like setting your GPS before you actually hit the road. So what I do is I use the year at a glance template in Notion to make everything super simple and really visual. So instead of writing a long list of goals that just sit in a notebook, I create a tentative roadmap for the whole year. And what I think about is like, which big projects do I really want to tackle each quarter? What personal milestones do I want to prioritize? Is it travel? Is it my health? Is it rest? Is it family? And I also kind of consider how my business goals fit my 9-to-5, fit my other personal goals, right? So the key word here is tentative because life happens, things shift, and I fully expect to adjust to this along the way as circumstances and situations come up, right? But having this year at a glance view means I'm not just reacting to things that come up. It means I have a flexible plan that keeps me grounded and keeps me intentional. So this process really takes away a lot of the overwhelm. And instead of starting at 12 blank months ahead of me, I see a high-level map of what I want each year to look like, which for this year is 2026. And from there, it's so much easier to break it down into quarterly, monthly, or weekly goals that actually make sense. Now, the next thing I do, which is the next step in my goal setting system every year, is I focus on the first quarter. Now, once I have my yearly goals mapped out, I do not try to tackle everything at once. And because that's the fastest way to get overwhelmed and actually quit by March. So instead, I zoom in and focus only on the first quarter, which is basically the next 90 days. So I ask myself, what is one milestone that I can hit this next quarter in the next 90 days that's gonna take me closer or help me make progress towards my yearly goal, whatever that is, whether it's personal, business, professional, whatever your goals are. What is that one milestone that you can really focus on this next 90 days that's going to help you move closer, make progress towards your bigger goal? So this quarterly milestone becomes my anchor. It's specific, it's achievable, and gives me a clear target to work towards without making me feel like I have to conquer the entire year right now. And from there, I break these quarterly milestones down into monthly milestones, right? So that's breaking this quarter into a smaller piece, which is your monthly milestones for the next 3 months. So this is what makes your big goals doable. You have to break them down. And I equally do this using my Here at a Glance template in Notion. So for example, you can say month 1, you're going to lay the foundations of your side hustle, right? And that might look like setting up systems, starting small actions, or simply just gathering resources. And month 2 could focus on you building momentum, right? Which means you produce, you create, you kind of execute on the bulk of work that actually help you get closer to your goal. And month 3 could look like you refining and finishing, right? Whatever this milestone that you set up for the first 3 months for yourself. And that means you test, you adjust, and you maybe wrap up, which brings you to the completion of this milestone. So by chunking it down this way, I always know exactly what I should be focused on, which is not just in the big picture, but in the next 30 days. This step is a game changer because it takes something that looks huge and really far away and turns it into a clear step-by-step process. And instead of being overwhelmed by 12 months of goals, I am more energized by the clarity of knowing what I need to do within the next 90 days, basically. Now, the next step is I break my monthly goals into weekly goals and daily tasks. Now that I have my first quarter milestone set up and I know what each month in that quarter is gonna entail, I take this one step further and break it down into weekly goals. Now, this is where the big vision really starts to feel practical and doable. So at the start of each week, I look at my monthly goal and then I ask myself, what do I need to do? What action step is gonna help me make progress towards this monthly milestone? That way, I'm not just doing random tasks. I'm aligning my weekly actions directly with my bigger goals. And then I go even smaller, right? I break down my weekly goals into daily tasks, and I do this using Notion's calendar template. And that is what I call my daily highlights calendar. So I keep this part really simple because I know life gets busy and I do not want to overload my to-do list, right? And this makes it really easier for me to track my progress. So instead of trying to do everything, I choose the 1 to 3 most important tasks that is actually going to move me forward. Now, here's why this works. Instead of staring at a huge monthly milestone, I know exactly what is urgent right now. The second thing is daily tasks keep me consistent because I'm not relying on willpower or motivation or waiting for the perfect day, but I'm making progress one step at a time. And thirdly, small wins build momentum because when you finish those daily tasks, you do have proof to yourself that you're actually taking steps and you're moving forward. And that exactly is what makes it easier for you to consistently show up. So this process takes the overwhelm out of big goals. Instead of looking at a giant 12-month project, I am actually focused on what matters right now. I'm asking myself, what can I do today that matters? And when you stack those daily actions over weeks and over months, that's how you look back by the end of the year and then you realize, oh, I actually did follow through. Now, the last step is I review every week and every month. So here's the truth. Even the best plan will not go perfectly because life happens. There are a lot of things that you cannot control. At work, deadlines just pop up, your family needs your attention, and sometimes your energy is just not really there the way you expected it to. And that is why the most important part of my system is taking time to really review and make adjustments as necessary. And I do this both at the end of every week and at the beginning of every month. Now, on Sundays, I do my quick weekly review. I look back at my calendar and then I ask myself, what went well this week? What didn't go as planned? And where did I actually get stuck? And what do I need to do in order to adjust so I can move forward? And then I reset my plan for the coming week so I do not carry over guilt or unfinished tasks. At this point, I am starting fresh with intention and not guilt. Also, at the start of each month, I kind of zoom out and do a monthly review. And this is where I check in on my milestones. So I'm asking and really reviewing to verify if I am on track with my monthly goals. Do I need to adjust timelines or priorities? So this step keeps me aligned with the big picture so I do not get lost with the day-to-day grind. And the beauty of this step is that it takes away the pressure to be perfect. I do not have to stick to a rigid plan no matter what. Instead, I give myself space to reflect, to rest, and to keep moving forward. Now, here's the truth. Progress doesn't come from never falling off. It comes from how quickly you can review, reset, and then get back on track. So that is my simple yearly goal setting system. It goes from yearly goals to quarterly milestones, to weekly and daily tasks, and then regular reviews. But here is what I need you to remember, right? Before you drop off, I want you to understand this. Planning doesn't guarantee progress. You can have the most beautiful Notion setup, the best templates, and the perfect organized plan. But if you do not have a system to help you stay consistent, those goals will still collect dust by the end of March. And that is why after you finish this video, I want you to watch my previous one. It's right here on the screen, which is called "This System is What You Need in Order to Achieve Your Goals in 2026. That video is going to show you the exact system that makes this planning process actually stick. So you don't just set goals, you achieve them. Again, I'll link it right here on the screen, and you can even go down to the description box and watch it from there. So make sure you go watch that video next, right? Seriously, because that is a hidden piece that's going to make your 2026 goals a reality. Thanks again for watching, and if this video was helpful, please do not forget to like, subscribe to this channel, and share with someone who's also setting big goals this year, this 2026, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.